When you find a real estate platform that aligns everyone in the entire company financially by making us real estate agents owners, so when the average agent wins, everyone wins, that's the secret to success. And when you surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurial people who absolutely love what they do, they love serving people, they love God and life, and you put yourself in an environment of high energy, high producing, positive people every day, you can't help but succeed in business and life. We are changing the real estate industry and changing real estate agents' lives. Welcome to the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. Hey, welcome everybody to the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. I got my good friend, Brian Ostrovski. I call him Santa.
Hey, Andre.
The red goggles and shirt, and that beer is going to be coming out, I'm sure, in the near future here, right?
Oh, it happens. I can't stop the beard. It just, boom, shows up.
Well, Brian, welcome to our podcast. I'm super excited to be sharing your story here today. You were one of the first, I think the second person that ended up joining my team here with EXP. And but let's jump right in and tell me a little bit about Brian O. and AKA Santa, where you're from, your real estate background. Tell us a little bit about your real estate journey. I know you've done a lot, being a real estate agent. You were an appraiser. You were a lender. Tell us a little bit about your background and your story.
Yeah, I've been in the real estate industry since 2002. Got in, actually was in the Yellow Pages, selling Yellow Pages. That's how back it is. I mean, is Yellow Pages still around? But anyway, selling ads, and a friend of mine, I was told them I wanted to be a real estate agent, and they said, hey, why don't you come over and learn the lender side of it, so when things go crazy, you'll understand and not be like, whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, what do I got to do? Oh, you don't have to get your license right now. Okay, I won't. And then I went and did loans for about 6-7 months, couldn't deal with the drama. It was right after 2001. The 9/11. And so it was just a lot of emotions going on at that time. And I decided that we were actually thinking about moving to Las Vegas and starting a lending business over in Las Vegas with our friend. And that didn't work out because my neighbor literally across the street from me said, hey, I don't want you to move. Why don't you be a real estate appraiser? You did a great job telling me where these houses were anyhow during the loans. Come over, do it. So that's what happened. We stayed in Bakersfield. We're in Bakersfield, California, born, raised here. Me, Debbie, less than 6 months difference. She was in Oxnard, California. But other than that, born, raised here right in Bakersfield. Got into did appraising. Then I got went and got my license. And in 2007, that's when the market started doing this crazy stuff. And knew something was coming. And it was like, what are we going to do? Okay, well, let me go and fool around. And honestly, went and sold timeshares right here in Bakersfield. Did well with that until I got tired of I'm independent, so I get tired of people telling me what to do. So anyways, April 1st started selling real estate because I had to have my real estate license to do timeshare. Got that in 2007. And then bam, April 1st, 2008, I started with Remax here in Bakersfield, Remax Magic, and was with them till October 1st when I started a brokerage the same year because I was able to roll in my appraising and lending and everything at that time as a grandfather to allow me to become a broker. So I became a broker June of 2008, went on my own October 2008. Boom, fast forward. Life, tons of coaching. I mean, Mike Ferry, Craig Proctor, all this stuff. I mean, just every possible coaching you can imagine. Spent it up. I know a ton, man. I know too much, actually. I think I overthink too much. But other than that, come to me. But yeah, my journey's still here. And now I came over to EXP. It was actually licensed, rolled over, closed my brokerage. I know you're going to bring that up. I don't know if you want to talk about that right now. Andre?
Yeah, we can. That's kind of the next question we can ask you is, how did you hear about EXP? Of course, I reached out to you, but what were the top one or two things that really excited you when you saw this model? When's the first time you heard about EXP? When did I reach out, and what happened after that?
Well, I actually heard of EXP a couple of times. One time was searching. I was looking for a friend of mine. He had locally had a virtual brokerage, and I was spying. I was spying like everybody else. We all spy on each other to see what other people are doing. I had my brokerage. This was in 2011, and I was looking up him, good friend of mine from high school, and he had a virtual brokerage, and so I put it in, and all of a sudden it said virtual brokerage EXP Realty, and I'm like, I don't even know what this is. Honestly, I kind of quickly looked at it. That was a moment of time that I should have looked harder. I should have looked harder, man, because we hadn't opened California yet. So I could have been
4 years ago, right?
It was in yeah. I mean, they hadn't opened it up. My friend Ray Marquez, he opened up California as a broker, so he's doing well. Thanks, Ray, for not calling me.
Yeah. Hey, I want to just
call me, Ray. But then in 2018, September 2018, a friend of mine reached out to me, asked me some crazy questions. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. This was my second experience with EXP. And I asked my son, Tyler, I said, Tyler, watch this video and tell me what you think of it. And he goes, Dad, I'm not going to watch any video. We're not going to do anything. And I go, okay. And I mean, it was just like that. And then you called me in April 2019 and go for it, Andre. What did you called me up and what happened?
Yeah, well, I asked you if you would check out this video and let me know your thoughts. And I think you called me back like the next day. Right. And I mean, you closed your brokers down and you moved over like the next week.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to show this because I love this. And I bet you nobody has theirs. They always talk about Gene Frederick and his, hey, does everybody have my, my 3 napkin thing? If you want to know about that, call me because I do know about it. And it's a big deal. But other than that, I got Andre's voicemail. Boom. Right there when he called me.
Go down a little bit. Bring it down just a little bit. Yeah. All right, I can see it. April 24th.
2019.
2019.
Yeah, and I called you back. It was 6:52 or 6:25 or something p.m. that night for me and 9:25 for you. And I was like, do I call him right now? And you're like, call me up until 11 o'clock at night. And I think I did. I don't remember exactly, but I know that I told you that I said, Andre, I know about this and a little bit about this. And I really didn't. I didn't know anything about EXP. I acted like I did. A lot of people say that, oh, I know about it. But the reality is I didn't know anything. I didn't really know nothing about EXP. I knew it was virtual, and I was down for that anyhow because I didn't really – I never worked in an office. And then when I did, I only had it for 6 months. And when I had it for 6 months, I was only in it 6 times. So I just didn't care. And so to me, it was like, all right, cool. But at the same time, as a broker, I was like, am I going to give up my company for this? But out of 100% respect for you, Andre, I watched the video. I was floored, shocked, couldn't believe it. It was just like, all right, I got to watch a bunch of other videos because this can't be the only one. And so I watched a bunch of other videos and then called you. I said, hey, man, I already made out. I'm flipping. I told Debbie, I said, there's no way. I said, EXP, what they have to offer, and I don't care who it is, definitely me, I could never have ever offer anything that EXP could ever offer. And I knew that nobody else could either because I had looked into others. I had actually, Debbie and I had been reached out by RE/MAX to open a franchise here in Bakersfield. A lot of people don't know that, but they did. Like schmoozing us, like hard. In 2000, I think it was 15 or 16, I can't remember. And it was just like, hey, open up something. And I'm like, no. Why would I give up?
Let me ask you, once you watch the video, then like most of us, you get on YouTube and start watching a whole bunch of videos.
Right.
What was the top, one or two things that really surprised you, or was the main reason why you closed down your independent brokerage that you worked like a dog to open, and you're independent, your own boss? What were the top two things that made you do that and move in a week? That's awesome.
Well, I didn't think I would ever experience this because I hadn't had this experience yet after I joined just recently, about a year later. But one of the main reasons I wanted to join was the stock, and because I didn't have any, and I didn't have a retirement, and I thought this will force me to do something, because you can say, hey, I want 5% of my gross commission to go to purchasing stock every time I close a transaction. And every time I close a transaction, I become more of an owner of the company because I get stock. And because I get that stock, every time I close a transaction, I get stock, and which makes me a bigger and bigger owner into the company. So, and at the same time, the company would grow. Of course, the stock would grow. I saw it as an opportunity of being in something before it got too big. It got out, and I missed it, because I feel like I kind of missed it in 2011, just a little bit.
Oh, imagine, right? I mean,
it was a $10,000 buy-in to California, and you got stock, and that's when the stock was nothing. I mean, it was nothing, like pennies.
When I called you, the stock was about $8.15. So when you saw it was a penny stock when you heard about it originally. So once you did your due diligence, you didn't want to wait any longer. Hey, I want to thank everybody who's on here today. If you like our conversation, you like our FFF podcast, give us some love, send some hearts and share this podcast with your friends so we can get it out there. But I want to put a shout out to Lisa Sears and Michelle McFarland, Mary Cruz, and Michael Martinez, Cheryl Dumont, all you guys that are already on here watching, and everyone else out there. So thanks again for tuning in. Brian, I normally ask people, how long your due diligence period was, and looking back, do you wish you would have come over sooner? But in your case, it was like a week. Any regrets of any downside that you moved over that quickly? Do you wish you would have took more time, or are you glad how it all worked out?
The only regret I have, and there is one, is that I didn't talk to more agents sooner. That would be my biggest regret. Other than that, I know everything about EXP, and that's pretty much what I did. I dove in, and I know everything. I mean, too much. Back to that again. In the beginning, I said, and it just matter of just thinking too much. So, my biggest regret, not talking to enough agents, but I did talk to a bunch of agents. But it is. I mean, you either see it or you don't see it. And
I remember that first
people
year.
do, and some people don't. Some people will, and some people never will.
I was asking you, hey, we asked everyone, hey, who's your best friend in real estate? Write a list of friends that you'd like to be in business with. Right. Remember you telling me, yeah, I'm going to do that, but I really want to learn. And knowing you from our past coaching programs, and you were in 4 or 5 different coaching companies over the years. You really before you shared this with everybody, you knew it was going to be good for you, but you wanted to understand it. So you spent the first year really diving in, and you said you knew more about the back end stuff and some of the things that I do, and I've been in a company longer. But so I just want to explain that to people. So your only regret is you wish you would have called some of your friends a little sooner. Before you even have the answer to everything, right? So
let me re-say that. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that around. But yeah, basically what I mean is that I wanted to make sure that this company was 100% what I could be behind before I shared it with everybody. And I don't say, and it's hard, right? I mean, I did it in 7 days. So I dove in. I dove in. I just said, forget it, whatever. Let's see what happens. Some people did the due diligence. It's taken them forever. Still, people are still doing their due diligence to see if they want to be a part of this company or not. But the reality is I did my due diligence while I was in the company because I figured I could leave if I have to and do my own thing like I was doing before. Guess what? 2 years later, I haven't left, and I won't. Oh, and another reason, there is one other reason why before the stock was the fact that the liability as a real estate broker, I was able to bring agents over. So I have agents that I've asked, hey, you want to come and check it out? You want to see what it's all about? They love it. They're a part of it. And what's cool is the company allows us to have a little bit of revenue from the company by sharing this with other agents. And no other company does that. I mean, there's profit share, but this is revenue share, completely different. We get money directly from the sale, and it has to be produced. You have to produce to make, to get any kind of revenue. And so they're just not handing money away. So, but yeah, I mean, there was two reasons, and liability and the fact that I could sleep at night. And what I was going to say, one real quick, a year ago, I was able to leverage EXP, not on my independent brokerage as a little guy. And I say it like that because I am, as far as the little guy in the pond. Right. I was able to leverage EXP as a don't mess with me EXP. And it was like, okay, and it's nice to have that, have that backing, and EXP backs us too, big time. Agent obsessed. They love us. They love us more than anybody loves us. I think they love us, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but I think they love us more than our mom.
Well, that's some love right there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, being a broker owner of your own company, by making the move over to EXP, what challenges and struggles did you have as a broker owner of your own independent that this model solved for you?
Well, I kind of just said that. I mean, the leverage of the weight of EXP, I mean, that solves a lot of problems because you're not just, hey, this is Brian's little brokerage. No, this is EXP, we're big. Okay. And so it takes away all those thoughts. That's
being small independent. You're talking now. You're with a global company in 14 countries and almost I think we're going to hit, if we haven't yet, 60,000 agents. So it's a big
right. I mean, we're the number one independent brokerage for 2020. We in Real Trends it was put out. I mean, anybody can look that up. We were number one independent brokerage as EXP. I mean, so. But yeah, the liabilities, all the stuff, able to sleep better at night. I mean, just honestly, I mean, it's just one less thing to think about. I mean, EXP's for you. You want to get in, talk to your broker. You can work chat them. They're fast. They're the fastest I've ever. I mean, I've never seen responses. I don't even respond that quick.
So you've had pretty good experience with getting broker support and getting questions answered and getting help from everyone within the company.
Yeah, I mean, stuff that I'd have to go and talk to somebody else about. I can just go. It's really great. I can just go and talk to my brokers. I mean, we have one managing broker for California, but we have 7 total. I believe it is. So we have 7 brokers that you can go in and talk to at any time, just in California alone. And you don't even have to be in California to go and talk to a California broker. You could be in Georgia. I mean, I've met you there. I've talked
to your California broker there, Miss Penny, before. So
yeah, Deborah Penny. Yeah.
Deborah, yeah. So let me ask you, what surprised you the most about EXP? Something that you weren't expecting, and it's better than what you thought it would be. Do you have anything that pops in your mind?
Something that I didn't expect. Man, I really don't. I mean, honestly, EXP blows me away because every week they come out with something new.
Yeah.
So I mean, what can I say? I mean, when I got in, we didn't have agent healthcare. Now we have agent healthcare, and nobody offers that except for us. And that's a big deal to people. I mean, some people have lost their jobs or whatever. Even though there's lots of jobs, there's still those jobs, and it makes it really nice that agent healthcare, I mean, is available.
It is pretty amazing. They keep adding stuff all the time, right? They didn't have that investor program before when we first got plugged in.
You're talking about the visa to, I can't remember. It just came up.
Express offers.
Oh yeah, the express offers. We have that. I'm certified in that. I was actually part of the beta program in 2019. So I was, that's what I'm saying. I was just like sucked in.
And for the people that don't know what express offers, in 30 seconds, or share what that is exactly.
Well, express offers.
And what advantage it gives to our agents.
Well, it's not just our agents; it's also the people that want to sell their home. If they want to sell quick, move quick, get out quick, we have cash investors with our company that will come in. Matter of fact, in California, we have one company that has $2.2 billion to give up, and that's one of many in California. One of many. So right here in Bakersfield, if you want to, or anywhere, I mean, we're in all 50 states. We just hit all 50 states last week. So all 50 states, if you have a house anywhere, we can help you. We can get you a cash offer, get it quick, get it done, get you out. Inspections are fast. We close the same day. 10 days if you want to close.
Yeah.
You just got to be.
Hi, Heidi Hiller. She's asking, how do we apply as an EXP agent to be certified as a express offer certified agent?
Just go into Workplace and look up Terry Jeffries, Terrie Jeffries. She is the head. Just message her and say, hey, how do I get into doing express offers, get certified? And then they'll get you set up.
Yeah, there's just a couple of classes, right? There's last I heard there was 5 classes, but you only need to take the first 2 to get certified, to get in and get going. And if that hasn't changed,
you got an intro class that you need to take, and then after that there is a couple more, but it's not even that big of a deal. I
understand the program.
The crazy thing is that I was a part of the beta testing. I broke the program like 4 times. They had to fix it. I'm like a lot of rules because of it. But I forgot where I was going to go with it. But anyways, it's really easy. You just go in, you apply. That's what I was going to say. I had to get certified again. I had to go through the certification. So I had to go through the whole certification again. So what was the name? It's Terry Jeffries. Just go into Workplace and look up Terry Jeffries and hit her on Work Chat, and then she'll set you up.
All right, awesome. Yeah, it's a great program. It's just another tool.
It's another tool.
To get cash offers for those agents or for those sellers that have equity in their property and they just want to sell quickly without any closing or without any showings and all. So next quick question is, what do you think about getting access to the National Association of Expert Advisors coaching and training that Jay Kinder, Michael Reese, and Al Stasek offer? Have you taken advantage of that coaching and training that we have weekly in our private Facebook page, or getting access to their back office of coaching and training at no cost? And what has that done for you?
Yeah, right in the beginning, that's the crazy part, because EXP sends you a lot of stuff, and then you get the bonus. EXP is like the steak, right? I mean, I've heard Al Stasek say this. He said the EXP is the steak, but we're the sizzle, and the sizzle is our group, our Honey Badger group, and our Honey Badger group is the bomb. And it's part of the National Association of Expert Advisors. I mean, Jay and Mike, the founders of it, and the coaching that you just get. You don't even have to like have one-on-one coaching. You can get in their calendar if you want. I've called them up and asked crazy stuff. Just, hey, I got to ask you this quick question. I got in their calendar and it's easy. But what's really cool about it is there's no cost. There's no cost. I mean, this stuff is like, I don't know, what's it, 20? It costs us like 20 grand a year or something to have access to this program or something like that, just through the NAEA. But with us, it's, but I mean, that as far as using the materials, yeah, I've right in the beginning, I was like dove in. I was EXP over here. I was NAEA over here. And I got some great information. I actually had a great, I could show you, but it's in the other room, but I have this open house thing, mega open house I was going to do that I learned from Jay, and I was getting to do it. And I have 25 open house signs, and I was going to do all this crazy stuff, and because it works. And then the COVID hit. I mean, it was literally 2 weeks later, these closed state of California. So I still have them in the box. I haven't done it. But I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, if you want listings, he tells you how, in these programs, these videos that are all recorded, and they can tell you anything you want to know, how to sell more real estate, how to get a bigger team, how to do anything you want. And it's all access to us through our group.
At no cost. That's awesome. And you've been in a lot of coaching over the years, like you mentioned, with Ferry and Proctor and on and on. Right. How does it compare? And I know, we paid tens of thousands of dollars for some of this coaching that you had paid for in the past. How does it compare being it's free? Is it really that good if it's free? And how do you compare it?
It's better. It's better. It's better because the difference is with us and versus those, I would say, if you want to say that, I would say us versus everybody. Yeah. Us. The reality is that I can call you up, Andre. You were like the lead dude, and it's like, I can call you and I know you listen to somebody and I can find out what I want. But as far as the greatest part about it is that I can call you. Guess how much you charge me, Andre? $0. I can call Jay, $0. I can call Al, $0. I can call Mike, $0. I can call whatever, $0. And I say $0, meaning they're wanting to help us to make tons of money. And why? Because we're aligned to help each other to make tons of money. And not for the money reason, just to be able to have a great lifestyle and be able to have some freedom, have some pressure off us, right? And the great part is that we don't have to pay $1,000. We don't have to pay $500. We don't have to pay $800. We don't have to pay $1,000. We don't pay $1,100. We don't have to pay $1,500. We don't have to pay $2,000 a month to be in the club. Yeah, what I would call it. And because at a point, everything.
What about the live events?
Why do you keep paying $2,000 a month if you already know everything that you've already learned? But here you're a part of us. You get refreshed. There's no cost except for being part of EXP. All you got to do is be a part of EXP, and you get to be a part of everything.
That's the biggest thing that I saw. My big surprise when I got plugged in, being an online company, is like, how is the collaboration going to work? How are you going to have that unity with people? And it's just been better. I've been, had my own independent real estate company with my partner, and worked at a few other real estate companies. And you can have your broker and some of your agents right next door, 10 feet away from you. But we've been able to get support and questions answered, like you said, usually in minutes, faster, and being able to get plugged in, online through a phone call, through a text, through email, or going into the world and just talking to someone, voice to voice, like we do here. And then going to the live events. With COVID, it slowed that down a little bit, but before and now that's opened up a little bit. We've gone to a few since, and I know that's been life-changing for me to be connected to all these awesome people that are in our group, and then the people outside the group. I've been doing interviews and helping other EXP agents that are not in my group, and vice versa. I'm helping them, they're helping me, but because we're all owners, right? That's something that we didn't have before when we were with, a different company. We weren't owners in the company getting stock and having ownership. And that's the big deal. And then when you were owners, like I was an independent broker owner with my partner, you were an independent broker owner. You don't have all that collaboration except your own little team. You don't have, you're on an island by yourself, right? Right. You got the expense, all the overhead and all the liability. So it's like having your cake and eating it too. absolutely love it as well. But just a couple other questions real quick. If there was one takeaway that you want to make sure that, you know, anyone's listening here today, any of your close friends, people that you really care about, what do you want to make sure that they understood, that they took away from this interview today before we sign off?
A takeaway from this interview that we just did, what would be the best for them?
Yeah, what's the biggest takeaway?
You want a better life? Give me a call. I mean, really. I mean,
Well,
it is a better. I mean, you want to, you know, more security? Do you want to feel more financially secure? Do you, you know, I don't know. I mean,
so the biggest takeaway, I guess, if I'm just listening to our conversation today, you heard about EXP 4 years ago. You checked it out online, didn't do a whole lot with it. I think you told me at one point before somebody else had called you, but you didn't know them that well. So again, you didn't look at the information. Right. Mm-hmm. You know, I was lucky enough to reach out to you, and you knew me. It's all about relationships, right? So you looked at the information. If you would have looked at that information 4 years ago, when you first saw it, I guess that would probably be your biggest takeaway is because most people have heard about it by now, and some people might have even met a person or two, but have they done their due diligence? And like no one can do the due diligence like you did. You just joined and did your due diligence and figured out, hey, if this wasn't half as good as what it could be or what I thought it would be, I just open up my own brokerage again, right? No big deal.
Right. Right. I made a mistake, right? I made a mistake. You do the due diligence and learn as you're in. Yeah.
Awesome.
I say jump in, do your due diligence. You don't like it, go back to doing your old thing, whatever that was. But yeah, Andre, I mean, that's why you're here. You helped me. You totally wrapped it up for me.
Well, it's been awesome being in business with you, my friend.
Right.
Before we sign off, mention what you're doing as Santa. You want to put a plug into the toys and what you're doing for the kids. I know we talked about that a few weeks back. You got anything going on that you can mention about that?
Yeah, I mean, we've got Toys for Tots that's going to be coming here, obviously sooner than later, right? End of the year is coming up. Last year was an interesting year, so this year we're doing things a little bit differently. We're going to be asking people to, if they would like, they can, order something and have it delivered. I don't know. We haven't really put it together, but some people I'll be calling.
Right.
We are going to have some kind of where if you
normally raise, you go out to independent broker or business owners in the area and people that right, and raise funds. How much have you raised in the years past for Toys for Tots? Because I know you don't have the big beer yet, but by December 25th, it'll be down to your chest. I don't know how you do that, but
it'll be at least about right there. You won't see my neck.
You'll have a big Santa suit on, and you'll deliver these toys to the kids out there that need them. How much have you saved in the past? What's your goal this year?
Yeah, so in the past, we just over $5,000 in Toys for Tots. We did that in the past. This year, we'd like to at least hit that goal and exceed that. We haven't put an actual number on that yet, but that would be a nice amount to do, but differently. Instead of going and purchasing toys at Target like I did last time. Woo, that was hot, man. Let me tell you that you would not be. Do you know how hard it is to buy $5,000 worth of toys? I'm telling you, it's a chore. It's a chore. But this time it'll be a little bit different. We're probably we'll have them delivered. You know what I mean? Just let the other people have the jobs. They need those jobs. That money needs to keep moving. Got to get those elves from FedEx and UPS and the mail company.
What I love about you, Santa, I mean, you got a big heart. You do a lot of things for a lot of people, and that's a big deal. Delivering toys to the unfortunate kids that wouldn't have any without it. So we appreciate all you do. One last quick question before we sign off. I don't know if you're a reader. If you are, what's your best inspirational book that you love? Or if you're a movie watcher, what's your favorite movie of all time, or one of each?
Man, you know what? I should have been paying attention to that question about the book. I can't think of it right. Well, I mean, I could say what a lot of people have said in the past just because it's easy to say right off the bat. But a really good book was Brian Carruthers' Building an Empire. I mean, I've read that book. That's a great book. Just general business. Just business gives you an outline of what you should do and what you shouldn't do. That's a great book, and my ultimate, and I can't get away from it, and I never will, but my ultimate favorite movie is Back to the Future. I mean, it's just cool. It is what it is, and as you can see, look at my clock. If you can, it's set to 10:04.
Yeah, that's I didn't notice
which
that.
is the clock tower.
So that's cool. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, Mr. Santa, Brian, we have your phone number there. Your email on your proudly on your hat. So yeah, definitely if you guys want more information about EXP or how you can partner up with Brian and our group, definitely reach out to him and just check it out. Do your due diligence. If you haven't got called anyone from EXP yet, you want to do your due diligence and reach out to us, right? And Google it and check it out. And if you have been called by 3 or 4 or 5 people, hey, that's a compliment, man, right? That's a compliment, meaning people know you, like you, respect you, and they want you to come and check out the fun and make real estate fun again, right? So with that said, I just thank everybody. Thank you, Brian, for joining us today. Thanks for being the second person that joined my EXP team and being a leader. I know you've been doing a great job helping your team members there locally in California and across the country. And we're looking forward to seeing everyone next Wednesday, same time, same place for the Financial Freedom Forever podcast. Have a great day, everyone. God bless. Thanks, Brian.
Have a great one.